If you just started living on your own college dorm or apartment, you're probably feeling the first struggles of leading an independent life and figuring out things by yourself. In this video, I wanted to give you a few tips that I've learned since I started living alone and which can help you out and make you feel less anxious about the moving out process. This is the first thing you need to settle before you do anything else. Learning how to budget is a skill that will help you throughout your life. Managing your money can be tricky, and prioritizing expenses, knowing when to pay your bills, and managing pocket money takes a bit of practice, but it will make your life much less stressful and unpredictable. I'm currently using an Excel spreadsheet to help me with my expenses. I just insert all the items that I spend my money on in a monthly basis, and then regularly track my spending so I have an overall notion of where my money is going and where I should save. Meal prepping is a lifesaver and something that can both improve your health and diet as well as your finance. Schedule 1 day per week to look at your pantry and plan the next 7 days of meals. This takes half an hour and will save you so much extra time and struggle. After you've planned all of your meals for the following week, go shopping or order the produce if your local supermarket provides that service, and save one morning to meal prep for the following days. Boiling eggs in advance, cutting from veggies, making hummus or other spreads in bulk, cooking rice, boning or cutting meat, cooking soup and freezing pre-cut loaves of bread. These are all things you can do a few days in advance that will save you so much time during the week. Your wallet will also thank you, since you won't have the urge to dine out as often. Still related to food, a good trick to save tons of money and make sure you're always stocked on the food essentials is keeping a grocery list with all the basic items you need in your fridge and pantry, to make sure you never run out of milk again. Check that list once per week and take a look in your kitchen. Are you still stocked on all of the items? If so, can you estimate how long will it take until you run out of any of them? Even if you're stocked, is your food reaching its expiration date? Manage your grocery shopping around these questions instead of buying too much in advance and letting it spoil or end up lacking some essential pantry basics and ending up dining out. Also, a bonus tip. To keep track of expiration dates, just grab a pen and scribble the date when the package was opened. Or, if you are able to calculate it, the last day when it's considered acceptable to still consume that product. When you're by yourself, cleaning definitely becomes a burden, since you have no one to share your chores with. Also, leaving the entire cleaning of a room or house for 1 day only each week will take precious time out of your schedule that you could be spending doing far more interesting things. What I decided to do was dividing these tasks per day instead of doing everything in one morning or afternoon. I decided to input all household chores in my calendar and create a repeating schedule so I would be reminded periodically of these small tasks, such as changing towels, bed sheets, vacuuming, cleaning the fridge, and so on. I currently clean for 20 or 30 minutes every day instead of wasting my weekend with those tasks, and I think it's a good habit to get the hang of as soon as you can. I still think laundry is kind of a science of its own, and it was one of the things that I had most trouble getting the hang of. First of all, understand that not all garments can be machine washed, and as such, you'll have to be prepared with the appropriate setup and products for hand washing. The foolproof way is to look at the tag, but as a general rule, if there are delicate underwear, wool sweaters, and silk blouses, hand washing is the way to go. After that, divide your laundry by dark and light colors, and do separate washes for each or you'll risk color transfer. If there are any stains, treat them previously before throwing the garments into the machine. Also, be aware that unless your clothing is severely stained, washing your garments with cold water or very low temperatures is still the best idea in order to avoid disasters. The exception are clothes like cotton underwear, sheets, and gym clothing that have been exposed to body oil and sweat and as such need high temperatures to be cleaned. Organizing bills, contracts, and other documents is important so you can refer back to that information quickly if you need to do so in the future. I usually place all of my letters, bills, and documents in a letter tray as soon as I receive them or print them. Then, a couple of days later, I go through all of my correspondence and start labeling it according to function and importance. Contracts, which are documents that we will need to refer to in the future, go to my main binder, where they are filed according to usage and date. A good saving tip if you are paying for your bills is signing up for electronic bills instead of paper ones. Most companies offer a discount for people who sign up for the electronic version instead of paper. That is beneficial for many reasons. Besides the discounts, since the bills are redirected to your email address, you have less chances of forgetting to pay them on time. On the other hand, you can keep track of them by keeping them in the external drive in your computer in PDF version, instead of having to print them and file them individually. If you are unsure of how long you should keep paper documents with you, there's a handy guide at lifehack.com, which I'll link in the description box, that lists the documents you should permanently keep filed in your house and those that you can dispose of in a couple of months. If there was ever a good moment to start getting into the minimalism trends, this is it. When you are on a strict budget with a not so good of an income or trust fund, going all out and buying unnecessary things will straight up ruin your experience. Learn how to keep to the essentials and test yourself on what you really need to feel comfortable and happy. If you really enjoy the only perfume you own, perhaps it's a bad idea to have a collection on top of your vanity. Investing in a good set of basic t-shirts, jeans, and plain sweaters is better value for your money than buying the trendy shirt that you'll stop wearing next season. This doesn't necessarily mean you need to buy only boring, plain items, but be conscious in your shopping instead of impulsive. It's a good time to start researching on how to build your capsule wardrobe and select only the pieces that will make you happy and comfortable. Part of adulting means that you need to start taking care of your health as well. Keep an emergency contact list in a visible area where both you and other people can reach for. Also, learn how to assemble a first aid kit and keep it in a place you can easily access. To automate all health-related errands, force yourself to book all appointments in bulk, even if it means scheduling for weeks or months in advance. Consult with your doctor to know how regularly you should be visiting, and then plan away your dentist checks, dermatology consultation, eye check, and so on. Building your career or soft skills should start as early as possible. And when you are transitioning from your life as a student to full-on adulting, it's crucial to master a few basic skills to ease your way into your chosen career path. Things like writing a cover letter or mastering your resume are key aspects that you should practice and learn about as soon as you can. Attending job fairs or going to career-related workshops provided by your university are a good way to start getting acquainted with these basic requirements. And for today, these are the topics I wanted to approach on how to start living an independent life. If you'd like to see more videos on this subject, feel free to tell me in the comments below, and I'll see you next week. Bye!